A 911 call echoes through the marshes of Long Island. Moments later, silence. Within weeks, police uncover a graveyard hidden in the dunes. And the question still haunts New York's coast. Who buried them there? And how long has the killer been watching? May 1st, 2010. The clock ticks past 4:51 a.m. in a quiet coastal neighborhood of Oak Beach, Long Island. A young woman named Shannon Gilbert is on the phone with 911. Her voice trembles with panic. She tells the operator, "They're trying to kill me." Then, her words break into static. Her breathing quickens. Moments later, silence. When police arrive, Shannon is gone. Officers begin a standard search along the marshy coastline. They expect to find a body, or maybe a lost woman hiding in fear. But what they find is something no one expected. A skeleton, wrapped carefully in burlap, half buried in the dunes near Gilgo Beach. Then another, and another, and another. Within weeks, 4 women are discovered, each wrapped in burlap, buried near Ocean Parkway. That discovery triggered one of the most complex and chilling serial murder investigations in American history. Tonight, we follow the trail of the Long Island serial killer, a predator who allegedly operated in plain sight, hiding horror beneath the calm of the coast. By the end of tonight's story, we'll trace every clue, question every assumption, and ask you to decide what still hides beneath the sand. Before Gilgo Beach became a headline, there were other bodies, other victims, and strange clues left scattered across decades. In 1993, a woman named Sandra Costilla, aged 28, was found murdered in a wooded area of North Sea, Long Island. Her death barely made the news. But years later, investigators would draw chilling lines connecting her case to others. Then, in July 2003, construction workers in Manorville stumbled upon a torso, decapitated, missing both hands. The victim was later identified as Jessica Taylor, a 20-year-old woman from upstate New York. Her tattoo had been sliced away. Someone wanted her identity erased. Over the following years, more remains appeared across Suffolk County. Some were partial, torso in one location, limbs in another. Different towns, different years, same style. Police didn't see a clear pattern at first. Too much distance. Too many unknowns. But in hindsight, every discovery pointed toward a single truth. Something evil was hiding in Long Island soil. No one knew that beneath the dunes, a secret graveyard was waiting to be found. December 2010. The case breaks wide open. While searching for missing Shannon Gilbert, police discover the first burlap-wrapped body. Melissa Barthélemy, age 24. Her remains lie hidden just off Ocean Parkway, near Gilgo Beach. 2 days later, another body. Then 2 more. Megan Waterman, Amber Lynn Costello, Maureen Brainerd Barnes. All 4 women were escorts who advertised online, each buried within a few hundred feet of one another. Reporters called them the Gilgo Four. The public called them something else: the Long Island serial killer's victims. Every clue told the same story. Meticulously wrapped remains, buried near the same stretch of highway. No clear cause of death. No defensive wounds. The killer had hunted, planned, and disappeared without a trace. Detectives combed through cell phone records, Craigslist ads, and burner numbers. They interviewed families, friends, and clients. And for the first time, the phrase, Long Island serial killer, appeared in headlines. But the sands of Long Island still had more to give up, because those 4 were only the beginning. March 2011. A chilling discovery emerged. Just half a mile from the Gilgo Four sites, searchers find a skull, hands, and forearm. DNA later confirms what no one wanted to believe. They belonged to Jessica Taylor, the young woman whose torso was found in Manorville back in 2003. April 2011, investigators push west toward Jones Beach. What they find changes everything. Scattered in the sand are fragments of lives long forgotten, among them a woman known only as Peaches, her bright tattoo the only trace of who she once was. Nearby, the tiny bones of a toddler, Baby Doe. Then, another skull. DNA confirms it belongs to Karen Vergata, missing since 1996. 15 miles of coastline, 10 victims, years apart. Yet somehow connected. Detective Dominic Verone would later describe the scene in these chilling words. It was a cemetery without headstones. DNA degraded. Rain and salt eroded the evidence. And time? Time erased everything else. Was there one killer moving like a ghost across decades? Or several, sharing the same hunting ground? Behind every body bag was a name, a face, a life that mattered. Melissa Barthelemy, 24. A hairstylist with dreams of opening her own salon. After her disappearance, her sister received cruel phone calls. A male voice taunting her, mocking her grief. Megan Waterman, 22. A mother. Last seen leaving a hotel in Hauppauge. She told her boyfriend she was meeting a client. She never came back. Amber Lynn Costello, 27. From West Babylon. Her friend said she planned to take one last client. That meeting became her final known moment. Maureen Brainerd Barnes, 25. A single mother from Connecticut. Last seen in Manhattan in 2007, trying to earn enough to support her family. Shannon Gilbert, 24. Her 911 call started it all. Her remains would later be found in 2011, deep in the marshes. Some experts said she drowned. Others believed she was chased and silenced. And then there were others: Jessica Taylor, Valerie Mack, Sandra Costilla, Karen Vergata. Each victim had a story. Each had someone waiting for answers. And giving them voices again, investigators hoped the silence would finally break. For more than a decade, the case became a maze. Not just of clues, but of human failure. 1. Fragmented jurisdictions. Multiple police departments, Suffolk, Nassau, even federal agencies worked separately. Leads slipped through cracks. Data was never shared on time. 2. Degraded evidence. Most remains were skeletal. Rain and salt destroyed fibers, fluids, and trace DNA. 3. Misclassification. Early cases were logged as isolated incidents. No one connected them until years later. 4. The digital maze. The killer allegedly used burner phones and fake emails. Every message was traced to public Wi-Fi spots, making tracking almost impossible. 5. Corruption and distrust. Suffolk County's former police chief, James Burke, was later convicted of corruption charges. During his tenure, he reportedly blocked FBI involvement, stalling the case for years. The result? Lost time, lost evidence, and more victims. Then, after more than 10 years of silence, new DNA technology and digital forensics exposed a name that would shock Long Island. July 2023, police arrested Rex Heuermann, a Long Island architect. He was charged with the murders of Melissa Barthelemy, Megan Waterman, and Amber Lynn Costello. Months later, he faced additional counts linked to Maureen Brainerd Barnes, Jessica Taylor, Sandra Costilla, and Valerie Mack. 7 murder charges in total. Heuermann has pleaded not guilty. The case remains in active litigation. Prosecutors allege that several forms of evidence connect him to the crimes. DNA evidence allegedly matched samples from items discarded by Heuermann's family. Witness statements describe a Chevy Avalanche, similar to one he owned. Phone records trace burner numbers used to contact the victims. Authorities emphasize these are allegations, not proven facts, until trial. Still, the public couldn't ignore the chilling coincidences. A quiet architect, a family man, living miles away from where the bodies were buried. Investigators spent weeks combing through his home, searching the basement, seizing computers, phones, firearms, and personal notes. Neighbors watched from their windows as crime scene tents glowed late into the night. If Rex Heuermann is guilty, he may have hidden in plain sight for over 2 decades. If he's innocent, then the real killer, or killers, are still free. As of 2025, the story isn't over. Rex Heuermann still sits behind bars, waiting for a trial that could finally name a killer, or reveal an even deeper mystery. Detectives are back at their desks, dusting off old case files. DNA samples once thought useless are being retested, matched against national databases that didn't even exist when the first bodies were found. But not everyone has a name. Somewhere in a police evidence locker lie the remains of Peaches, her tattoo the only whisper of her identity, and the tiny bones of baby Doe, a child who never even got a chance to grow up. Forensic artists sketch faces from fragments. Genealogists trace bloodlines through shadows. Every new test brings hope and dread, because with every discovery comes another truth buried beneath the dunes. On Long Island's coast, the wind still carries secrets, and the sand still hides the silence of those who never came home. Did one person commit all these murders? Or were multiple predators using the same coastline to hide their crimes? How many victims still lie undiscovered beneath the dunes? And what will modern DNA science reveal about the killer's identity or the victim's forgotten lives? The dunes keep their secrets well. Each tide erases footprints. Each storm buries bones deeper. But truth, like the sea, always finds its way back to shore. If you've stayed with this story, if you've followed every name, every clue, then you know this case is far from over. Do you believe the alleged killer acted alone? Or do you think there's more hidden beneath the surface? Which victim's case, in your opinion, holds the key to the truth? Tell us your theories in the comments. Your voice helps keep these stories alive, and sometimes, public curiosity reignites justice. If you found this story haunting, hit like, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss when we return to the shadows of Unsolved America. Until next time, watch the shadows, question the silence, and never stop seeking the truth.